Hey everyone, welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel where you get daily, consistent, hot topics in music, entertainment, and reality TV. First of all, shout out to everyone in the chat room. Just let me know if you hear any sort of music in the background, just because, look, we may be in a pandemic, but my office is not soundproof and there's some situations going on outside. Just let me know if you hear me clearly and nothing else really in the background. Shout out to everyone in chat. I love the fact you guys are so prompt. I love that. Not even prompt. You guys are early. And I appreciate everyone being early. TikTok, head on over to the Kempire Daily YouTube. That's where we'll be live. And that's where I'll be able to see all of your questions. You already have some really great questions. And I don't want to miss TikTok questions. But it's just easier for me if you're on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. Or if you're on the Kempire on Facebook, Kempire Radio Network on Facebook. The Kempire on Facebook, Kempire Daily on Facebook, and we're also live on the Kempire Radio YouTube channel. Shout out to everyone in the chat room. I see you guys. I see all the love. I appreciate you all being here. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, hold on. I apologize. We were having a little bit comments back and forth in one of the videos, so I just recognized the name. Shout out to you guys for being here. We just got to get into the tea. One of the things that you guys say you love about the channel is that we don't waste time. We don't waste time. We get to the tea, and we cite our sources. So for all the sources for this particular video have been cited in the description of this video. But before we get into the tea, the gossip, the celebrity news, be sure to like this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out when we have breaking news, when we go live, or when we upload. But before we get into the tea, there's just so much more tea to talk about. First of all, I don't know if you guys heard about the Kim Kardashian being accused of cheating with Travis Barker. You also know that Travis Barker is currently dating Kourtney Kardashian. Well, apparently Page Six says that they have a source saying that that never happened. And I said it before, the source has to be Kris Jenner. Oh, I don't know. I don't know with these Kardashians. But the other breaking story is Naomi Campbell gave birth. Well, we don't know if she gave birth, but she is a new mom. And one of you guys texted me like, those feet look a little white, the baby's feet. So she posted baby's feet in her hand on her Instagram. And I was like, oh, shoot, I didn't even really realize that. But some babies are born really, really, really pale. And, you know, they don't get color for a while. I don't know. I don't know if it was a surrogate. I'm looking forward to finding out more about what's going on with Naomi. I'm actually happy for Naomi. She's 50 years old, and I've heard many interviews where she said she would like to be a mother. We're not sure if this was a planned situation with another person that we might know, or just someone close to her, or if this was just a totally separate situation. I'm sure more details will be coming out, but regardless of that, congrats to Naomi Campbell. I love Naomi Campbell. Even all the other things that have been going on with Naomi in the early days, she is a legend, an icon, and she deserves our respect. Just saying. All right. Exactly. Queenism, black babies are light also. Well, you should have saw me when I was born. But that's the thing. You just, even certain babies can be born darker and lose that same level of chocolatiness over time. Just saying. Not like, anyways, I was about to go down a deep rabbit hole. First of all, we had 140 something people in the chat room. Be sure to like this video if you haven't liked it already, and be sure to subscribe. Let's get into it. So Portia. Honestly, I didn't expect to go live today. I got my second vaccine. So I said, let me do this early, because I don't know what 9 o'clock is going to look like. I don't know what 9 o'clock is going to look like. But also, we went live in the afternoon on Sunday afternoon, and we were, a lot of you said that you love that time because we have a lot of international subscribers, and I get it. 9 o'clock Eastern is definitely not great for our international folks, and I apologize. Sometimes we're just going to have to do that because Kempire is still working a corporate job. Yes, y'all. Along with getting all the tea, I'm working a corporate job. Literally before this live, I was answering corporate emails. But look, we are putting into the universe. We're big manifestors here, right? We're all going to manifest. The Kempire is going to get his own daytime talk show. Yes. Anyways, let's get into this conversation. So Portia. Where do I begin with Portia? So I guess I know where to begin. Portia unfollowed Cynthia Bailey. Cynthia Bailey Hill. I have to be correct now because I don't want to offend Cynthia. We love Cynthia. Cynthia is a fan favorite. I know I'm going to cause controversy by saying that. Well, you know what? She's an advertiser's favorite. She's a Bravo favorite. Part of the reason why we saw Cynthia go to the Real Housewives vacation series that was just filmed in the Turks and Caicos. Well, anyways, so Portia unfollowed Cynthia, but Cynthia's still following Portia. And mind you, I saw this yesterday. I meant to talk about it yesterday, but look, lots of things on my mind. Shout out to my folks over at the Real Housewives of Atlanta by Real Housewives of Potomac. Follow them if you don't. And as I said to you before, I like to cite my sources, and all my sources have been cited in the description of this video. So this happened. Oh, let me come to the side, y'all, so y'all can see me. So of course, there's apps and things for us to understand when someone is unfollowed. I have not downloaded those apps because I don't have the time to be following who's unfollowing who. Honestly, but I love the fact that you guys let me know. I love the fact that you guys slip into my DMs and let me know that someone's been unfollowed. But this was a surprising unfollow. Surprising, but not surprising. And I'll explain. So Portia unfollowed our girl Cynthia. I don't know, how dare you follow our girl Cynthia? How dare you? So people are speculating, oh my goodness, is this because, Cynthia didn't wish her congratulations on that photo from Mother's Day? You remember when we had the breaking news, we were live and there was breaking news, Portia, proclaimed her love for Simon Gobadia. Now they're engaged. Look, if you missed any of those videos, be sure to check that out on my channel, Kempire Daily. So, people were, look, we're all going to speculate. Why did she unfollow Portia? Why did Portia unfollow Cynthia? So some people were speculating that the reason why she did that, well, let me not speculate too much. Look, let me not speculate too much. Let me just, hold on. I actually have to go to my own video to go back to my citations. But that's the good thing. When you cite the articles that you're using, you know where to go to. So people are speculating that the reason why, the reason people are speculating that she unfollowed her, one of the things that Portia had put in her stories was, did I post this? Hold on, y'all. I don't think I uploaded it to here. Okay, no, I didn't. Sorry. One of the things that she posted in her Instagram stories was this: God removes people from your life because he heard conversations you didn't hear. So there's a lot of speculation. Was Cynthia talking about this whole Simon situation to someone familiar with Portia and word got back? Some were saying that because Cynthia was wishing Fallon, a happy birthday in her comments and da-da-da-da. She didn't say anything as shady as, Marlo or Kenya did under Fallon's, posts or things like that. So people are speculating that this was directed at Portia. First of all, let me get to thank you guys so much for the super chats. I appreciate you. Let me just make sure I'm paying attention because these super chats end up disappearing. Thank you, Robin Carter, for the super chat. Fallon's so-called guy she proposed to did an Instagram interview, said she proposed to him in 2019, told him she was not with Simon. Season 14 gonna be good. I didn't watch it because I was just like, this guy's from 2018. And one of my sources has to be my girl Femtara, because most of the time, all these predictions that she's been making has been true. So she's also said that Portia wasn't pregnant. She certified that again. If you haven't seen that video, that's on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where she makes all these sorts of analysis, tarot reading analysis of the Portia situation. And she said that she wasn't pregnant. She says she wasn't pregnant. That being said, the live that this guy did, I'm not interested. Look, there's certain things that I bring to you guys. I have to feel, okay, my audience wants to hear this, or this is a very relevant part of the story. But if you watch the prediction that Femtara did, or the tarot reading that Femtara did, she said, Fallon's not in a really great place. So I don't want to beat down on Fallon in this particular situation, because regardless of what Fallon may have done to end the marriage or whatever it may be, it's still a messy situation. Let's forget about the whole Fallon part of this. This still was Dennis's friend. Either Dennis's friend, business partner, he introduced you to this man. I'm just saying, it's a messy situation. And I want to kind of leave Fallon alone. My Taurus sister, I'm going to leave her alone. Even if she proposed in 2019, we don't know what was going on in the relationship with Simon. We don't know if Simon was cheating. Watch that Femme Tarot interview, y'all. Watch that Femme Tarot conversation, because she talks about Fallon. She talked about Fallon, and she talks about Simon, and she talks about cheatation situation. Look, I need to put that on a t-shirt. Remember who said it first. Look, remember who said it first. Anyways, okay. Back to the story at hand. Porsha unfollows Cynthia Bailey. Everyone was like, why would you follow? Like, you would expect her to unfollow maybe Candy. You would expect her to unfollow LaToya. You would expect her to unfollow anybody else but Cynthia. But, you know, then I rewatched something, and I was going to show it on here, but I don't want my video to be taken down, because it's the fight on the boat with Cynthia. You know what? I'm not gonna I'm not gonna show the video, because I'm just gonna show you what I was watching before. I was reminiscing. Season 8. I can't remember. I forgot Kim Fields was on this damn season. Like, I remember she was on the show, but it felt like it wasn't that long ago. But season 8, that's a while ago. This was season 13. What's it, season 13? I can't keep. Yes, it was season 13. They're about to film season 14. I can't keep up with all these shows. Look, remember this? Look, remember. Wait, I want to turn the volume off on this, because I just want to. Just for a second. Just for a second. Y'all see this? Y'all remember this? Y'all remember this situation? Remember, it was getting real volatile. It was getting real volatile. But like I said, I don't want to get flagged. I don't want to get flagged. But if you remember, If you haven't remembered, it's on YouTube. You guys can go watch it. You can go watch it. Ruth said, how can we forget? But I watched it, and I was like, damn, we had some moments in Atlanta. But it was a good 3 minutes, y'all. It was a good 3 minutes. And I was like, oh, I should show this. And then I was like, oh, I probably shouldn't show this, right? I'm not sure. You never know with these guidelines. That's why y'all need to subscribe to my podcast. Because at least on the podcast, you might hear the audio. Oh, Lord. Okay. Anyways, we got almost 300 people in the chat room. Like this video if you haven't liked it already. All right. Like the video. Miriam says, why would you get I'm not sure. I don't want to, I'm just between TikTok and between Google's guidelines. You just never know. You never know. The violence. I don't know. I'm trying to be advertiser friendly. Anyways, you all were, if you're here, you're fans of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. You remember the scene. You remember the scene. No, you get flagged for that? I play much worse on my channel. Oh, damn. All right. But y'all know the scene. I don't need to replay it. Y'all saw a little bit of the clip. Anyways. So I recall there were a couple of fights between Cynthia and Portia, but this last season, they found a peace, right? They found peace together somehow, some way. But I did find it shady. If anyone should have been unfollowing anyone, it should have been Cynthia unfollowing Portia. Because you remember how she shaded her gift, her Tiffany's gift to her for the Friendsmas. And she was really super late to her Friendsmas party. Like, you were just straight up disrespectful. If anyone should be unfollowing anyone, it should be Cynthia Bailey. Hill. But then I started speculating, y'all. In my own mind, sitting at home. I just got my second COVID shot. Then I said, oh, maybe I'm going crazy. No. I got vaccinated. Second shot. So if you don't see me tomorrow. And when I say you don't see me, meaning that I don't upload. Not saying I'm going to die or something. I'm just saying. Just in case you don't see me upload, I might be laid up in a bed somewhere. Part of the reason why I'm doing this live a little bit earlier than we normally would, also because of our international fans. I'm digressing. I apologize. Matter of fact, what I will do, because I'd like to cite my sources, I will post a link to the Porsha and Cynthia fight from season 8 in the description after this live is over. All right, I'm already more than 15 minutes in. Okay, so I was speculating, thinking to myself, is this Cynthia and Porsha collaborating for Cynthia's storyline? Because you've always said it. I like Cynthia, but yes, I think her storyline has reached a climax. She dropped little hints of a storyline during this last season. People were like, Cynthia's done. And look, I understand some people on the blogs, on here, like to create stories. And look, I love a good story. I love a good speculation. But people saying that Cynthia is going to be a friend of next season, I've explained this to you guys multiple times. We've already heard that all of the women have gotten contracts. Not necessarily our girl, what's her name? LaToya. She has gotten a contract, I'm hearing, but I don't think she will be a housewife because she still can't show her kids on the show. Again, the process. They all will get a contract. But once they start filming, and filming for the Real Housewives of Atlanta doesn't start until June, from what we hear. Once they start filming, that's when the production figures out, have you given us enough to be a featured housewife? We saw that with, oh my God, why? The name is right here, y'all. The name is right here. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Sutton. There we go. Yes, brain. Yes. Sutton, the first season, she wasn't able to show her kids. There was issues with her ex-husband. This season, I'm not sure she's able to show her kids, but I heard that she brings it. So it really depends on what transpires during the season. So the stories of Cynthia being a friend of, y'all don't know that. Did Cynthia get maybe less money this time around? I'm hearing that across the board. I'm hearing that Bravo's new contracts are very restrictive, allegedly. So I believe Cynthia's gotten a contract. Cynthia has to bring it this season. Maybe they've given her a warning that if you don't bring it this season, if there's not enough of a storyline, you probably will be a friend of. Just saying. All right, I'm missing what you guys are saying. So Portia has unfollowed Cynthia on Instagram. But look, I'm sure Cynthia's a grown woman. She don't care. I'm sure she doesn't care, but she also probably knows why. Maybe because I don't really feel like some of these ladies hang out during the season. Maybe Portia's in her feelings because she didn't get a congratulations. The real one I need to see is if she unfollows Nene. Because Nene she didn't throw her on the bus. She defended Portia. You watch the video on my channel. We talked about Nene talking about the Portia situation. Anyways, Rich Love says Cynthia needs to unfollow her ASAP. She hasn't, last time I checked, and that was just a couple of hours ago. And this story happened from yesterday that we found out that Portia unfollowed Cynthia. Cynthia's a grown woman. Cynthia's 54 years old. She could care less. You can unfollow me too. I could care less. But that's a level of maturity that I don't think Portia has. Look, I've told you before, I'm not Team Portia, Team anybody. I'm Team Kempire. And since you're here, you're probably Team Kempire as well. Thank you. I appreciate you. All right, let's get back into this story. Okay. So the other part of this story that I need to talk about, Lord, Kate Chastain. If you don't know who Kate Chastain is from Below Deck. When I got into Below Deck during the pandemic, I was like, she is reality TV gold. If you don't know who Kate is, this is Kate Chastain. She is amazing. She was also on Bravo's chat room with Giselle Bryant, Hannah, blah, 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 blah. Who I need to do a deep dive in Hannah because apparently she's a mess. But she also was on there with Portia. One of the things she did a podcast interview. Again, if you would like to hear the podcast, it's about 2 hours, but it's fun. Kate Chastain is great. So the podcast is actually called What Else Is Going On? With, I can't remember the full name. It's linked in the description of this video. I apologize. So, like, look, we cite our sources. So in this podcast interview, she talks about Portia. She also talks about Hannah, which I thought was interesting. She also talks about Bravo's chat room, because she's saying that, you know, they just finished their current season and they're taking a break. And there's apparently going to be some shifting going on there. Okay. All right. We shall see. But the other thing that she said was in regards to Portia. So I got this from the reality blurb, and I just want to kind of give you some snippets from what Kate Chastain said about your girl, Portia. I love the fact that Kate Chastain, she reminds me of Bethany because she doesn't hold back. I wish more success for Kate Chastain, and beyond reality TV. I would love to see Kate do other things, because I feel like she's good for TV, but she's also very smart. And I hope she does come back to Below Deck, just for me. I need another season with Kate. But anyways, I digress. So this is what she said on the podcast interview. What else is going on? That's like a perfect segue from talking about Cynthia. Just saying. So she says this in regards to the Bolo situation. They talked about a lot, y'all. So it's definitely worth listening to. Be sure to check out that podcast episode, because it's like almost 2 hours, but it was very interesting. She said, no sex shaming. Do what you want to do, but it's probably not the first thing you want on your Google search. It's almost more ladylike to hide it, but at least deny it. And this is what she said on the podcast. She also said that according to Kate, there's no way to predict what Portia is going to do next, because her behavior isn't determined by, quote, normal logic. The shade. But I like the fact she doesn't hold back. She went on to say this. I think when she's talking about she's talking about Porsha Williams. I think she's playing chess all the time in her mind. She's a very good actress. She's very talented. Damn, Kate. Oh my goodness. So in regards to, because we've been talking about this Porsha engagement for quite some time now. Shout out to everyone in the chat. I'm not looking at the comments right now. But look, I'll get to the comments. I'm going to post the link for you guys to call in. We got 444 people in the room. Like this video if you haven't liked it already. Shout out to everyone that's in the chat. Shout out to my sources. Look, my sources, they've been cited in this video. So you can read this article in full on your own. So she goes on to say this. So the article says this. While Portia said in her engagement announcement that she and Simon, the estranged husband of Fallon Gobadia, began dating just a month ago. If you haven't watched the Kempire interview, she said 10 months ago. Go watch it. I'm going to post it later in the description of this video. Anyways, I digress. So she says that they began dating just a month ago. Kate said Portia seemed to be hiding something at the end of last year when she spoke about Simon and Fallon's wealth. She was holding back. For her to not respond to something is strange. That's why she's so talented. She's always got a quick something, and I respect that. So when she didn't, I was like, is she okay? I love Kate, y'all. So when the host mentioned that some believe that Fallon moved on from her marriage to Simon before he did, Kate said that while that would make Portia's relationship with Simon less bad shouldn't be anyone's goal. I tell you, I love Kate Chastain. She's just so smart, especially when it comes to this reality TV thing. She says, Portia's so talented. She could run her car into a school bus of children and somehow spin it that she's a hero. This is killing me. Let me read that. Let me take a sip. Let me read it again. I thought this was brilliant. This is why Kate is perfect for TV. And I hate the fact that she left Bravo's chat room, even though I wasn't watching it. I would probably watch it if they just, anyways. Portia's so talented, she could run her car into a school bus of children and somehow spin it that she's a hero. It's frightening, but impressive. She also noted that in describing Portia as very calculated. Oh, I can't. You can read the full article. There is a link in the description of this video. I'm going to post the link so you guys can call in and share your thoughts on this whole situation. As I said to you before, I haven't been talking about the Fallon ex-boyfriend situation and the live that he did. Look, there's a lot of clout chasers. Look, including this woman. Look, including this white woman. Let me leave Jessica alone. Jessica, you want to come on the show and talk? Because Femtaro made a prediction about you. And I'm waiting to see how this transpires. Because I know people are going to be reporting on it. Because now you're a part of Hot Topics. But anyways. Let me post this link so you guys can call in and weigh in and share your thoughts. Let's call in before this second vaccine kicks in. Oh, I love you guys for real. Just call me Monique. All right. There we go. We got about almost 500 people in the room. Like this video if you haven't liked it already. We're talking about Portia. She had followed our girl Cynthia. We're not sure why. There's rumors on the street that Cynthia is a friend of next season. But as I said to you before, until they start filming, we won't really know that for sure. The same thing happened with Robin Dixon. Oh, speaking of Robin Dixon and Giselle Bryant have a podcast. They have a podcast. Who's going to listen to that podcast? And look, I like Giselle. I actually like Robin too. But Robin on a podcast? Since we're talking about podcasts, don't forget, Kempire Radio, every week you get at least one episode where we talk about hot topics. Everything that you love here, we talk on there, and we talk about it in a more open forum. Yes, in a more open forum. And I'm going to actually probably do a recorded live version very soon for an exclusive group of people. All right. Oh, Lord, I see who's on the line.
Listen, we have so many common things. Also, before hopping here, I took my daughters for their first shot, and you're going to be fine, okay? Please.
Let's hope.
Don't be, you are. And I sent some corporate emails as well, and I'm here just in time.
And look at you just chilling.
Well, yeah, that's so unusual, but because I'm with you, man. What can I say?
Okay, first of all, can we just start at the top? Portia unfollowing Cynthia. Thoughts on that?
Cynthia is petty and childish. If you have any issue with her, she will have an issue with you. And here it wasn't really Cynthia, it was Michael. When him and Todd made those comments like, yeah, we'd rather not be as popular or as rich, but be in the low light, doing right, that kind of thing. That's her problem.
Just for clarity's sake, Todd, Candy's husband, and Mike Hill, Cynthia's husband, they made their own sort of shady comments. You know, no one knows exactly who they were directing it to. People are assuming. And look, and maybe that, but she didn't follow Candy that we know of.
Well,
did she unfollow Candy? Someone check.
Here's the thing. What she did is beyond shady. You can't comment on that making compliments other than she's an actress, this with a degree from the Photonomics University.
Shantae, what are your thoughts? You blowing a cigar and look, really?
Ooh, look at
her.
You
get to see my face live and in color.
Not upside down.
That's
gorgeous.
Right.
You're gorgeous.
Thank you.
Oh my
Thank
God,
you.
Look
Everybody's
at
beautiful. Yeah.
Look, allegedly.
I don't. I mean, you know, Cynthia's. I don't think she's too serious, but she just don't have time for the cartoon shit that Portia brings. You know.
That part. That part. I'm gonna bring up Danielle. Danielle, thoughts on the Portia unfollowing Cynthia? Any speculation on why she did that?
Childish, number one. My speculation is that and this is just me in my head pushing the envelope. There's probably some talk around among the housewives, the other housewives, and it got back to Portia that Cynthia said something that she didn't like about the whole Simon thing. And she probably found out. She's talking about me behind my back. That's shady. That's how I put it in my head.
I mean, Cynthia's good for talking behind someone's back, though.
She is.
She is.
And that's how I pictured that happening in
my head. What about Kate Chastain? Kate Chastain, for those that are just joining us, she decided, Kate is very unfiltered. She did this new podcast interview, and she pretty much called Portia an actress. She said she's very calculated. She said some other things that this article doesn't mention. That's why I cited the podcast for you guys to check out. Miriam, because your name is Kate C is my girl, what's your reaction to what Kate Chastain had to say?
With all due respect to Femme Tarot, like her reading was on point.
Right?
Kate, it's like I used to watch Shade Room, like Bravo chat room, because of Kate. And I felt like Kate, she was like a fish out of water, because all the other three, they are very calculated. And the last time that that Kate was believably happy to be there was when they had they were talking about pop culture, something that happened, and then it was a question about orgy. And then Giselle, she comes up, the question was for Giselle. She go, oh no, I will pass the question to the expert, Kate. And then Kate looks at her, this was on live TV. She goes, excuse me? She goes, yeah, you know. She goes, what do you mean you know? She goes, oh, because the job that you do. And then she said, then Kate told Giselle, I don't know which show you watched, but in the show that I was on, I was never part of one, and I'm very selfish in that department. So it's not up my alley.
It's interesting that happened, because they do talk about Giselle in this podcast interview, and she says she actually likes Giselle a lot.
Well, maybe, but this is the thing. I feel like in chat room, Giselle is the puppet and Portia is the puppeteer, because she is the executive producer. Then we can understand.
Oh, we can't hear you, Mary.
Oh,
there we go.
Can you hear me?
We go.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to make sense. Why would Kate say that of Portia? But Kate, she is an expert in reading personalities. And Portia, she's an actress, and she always has been calculated. And to be honest with you, I thought I couldn't be more disgusted with Portia, but today I saw a snippet of her come back to Dish Nation. That chick is shameless, and she can't understand. She thinks that she broke the internet because everybody loves her. This is what she thinks she did.
Well, speaking of that interview, and I'll post a link in the description of this video after the live, she does deny pregnancy, because she did post a picture of showing her flat belly. Who knows when that was taken, though? But okay, she denies the pregnancy, but she also confirms that they got engaged the Thursday before Mother's Day.
She's a liar.
Oh gosh, okay, calm down over there. Ramita, thank you so much for the super chat. For my fellow Taurus baby, now come to Australia so we can steal you. Look, y'all can steal me. Like, I've been wanting to go to Australia, just saying. Welcome back, St. J. St. J, what are your thoughts on Portia unfollowing Cynthia and this whole Kate Chastain interview?
Okay, boom. Portia is too old for that to be her go-to in conflict still. Like, it's just weird at this point. Like, you're 40 years old, you're unfollowing people, like, text that woman, have a conversation. I don't know, wait till you're filming, confront her in the scene, who knows? But it doesn't make sense. And also, Portia is beginning to put herself on an island alone with Drew and Shamia on a paddle boat trying to come visit her every now and then. Like,
Wait. Hold that thought. Speaking of Shamia, I completely forgot Shamia was in this scene. I'm not gonna.
Shamila.
Yes,
Shamila was
yes. In season 8, yes.
I completely
With the
forgot.
pooch cake.
No,
Yes.
she's right here, y'all. She's right here.
That was with the first husband, the one that wasn't as rich as the current husband.
Wait a second. But you saw Shamia really having her back during that fight too. Shamia is
Shamia rides for Portia. Portia doesn't really ride for Shamia, but Shamia rides for Portia.
Yeah, because in that scene, Portia is pretty much shutting her down when Shamia is trying to calm the situation down. She's like, I was like, oh my gosh, damn Shamila, you might be a lapdog. Anyways, but go ahead and continue with what you're saying.
I will have to Portia, and I think Nene said this once. Portia plays young. Or Nene said this the other day. Portia plays young, but Portia's 40 years old. Like, yeah, she's aware of like what she does when she's doing things. Like, she might be dumb. She's not stupid. As far as what Kate said, the bus analogy was perfect. Like, literally, Portia could literally hit a school bus and be like, well, no, I saved those kids from, having to deal with the world and real life and da-da-da-da. And then people would be like, wow. Portia girl, yep, I see it.
I thought it was a brilliant analogy. That's why I had to read it twice.
And I didn't really watch Below Deck, but
she's amazing.
I'll add it on my list after Shaw's.
I'm going to do a deep dive because I saw everyone's comment. Just a sidebar. I saw everyone's comments from our Shaw's and Married to Medicine recap mashup. People loved it. I mean, the views were kind of low, but the people loved it based on the comments. So we're going to continue to do that. I'm going to do a deep dive this weekend, maybe starting tonight. Once I'm off of here, I'm going to do a deep dive into Shaw's because I'm loving what you guys are telling me. I'm loving the backgrounds. Emailing me, give me all kinds of backgrounds. I'm like, ooh, I love
if you have questions,
wait 1 second.
We win.
Wait, y'all. Look, when people throw money at me, I got to pay attention. Hold on. Bunny, thank you. Boom. I heard St. J's voice when she sent this. Boom. You guys kill me. Thank you so much for the super chat. What were you going to say, St. J?
Absolutely. I'm so happy that you're going to continue with the Shaws and Married to Med reviews because I'm on the season 6 reunion. So I'm almost completely caught up.
Damn you. I'm so behind. Okay, Miriam, you're going to say something, but make it quick. We have a lot of people on the line.
If you have questions while you're watching and diving on Shaz, please message me.
I will.
I'm here.
I'm going to take you guys down, and then I'm going to take a couple of callers, and I'll bring you back up to round everything out. Okay. So stay on the line, y'all. Lonnie, we'll share your thoughts because I didn't want to throw you down. We didn't hear your thoughts.
No, so how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. So I actually, what St. J had said was exactly what I was going to say. Like the whole unfollowing someone, like this is, apparently that is groundbreaking in Portia land when you unfollow someone. So I almost feel like this is middle school, but she still considers that very groundbreaking. But I'm sure, as Danielle had mentioned, she probably heard something she didn't like in the group and she unfollowed her. But Cynthia is busy being a happily married woman with her man. So I highly doubt that she's losing sleep at night or she's not following her. Like she probably is like, who cares? So
I wouldn't even notice if someone unfollowed me.
Yeah, I'm just like, Cynthia is off being in married land. She doesn't have time to like deal with Portia's like, drama because and her thinking that she broke the internet. No, like Portia, you got dragged. This was not a breaking the internet like Kris Jenner type of management moment. This was you got dragged for filth. And you can do what you want to do. And I've said this before, but it's just, I think you just need to own it. And no one is buying that you have dated this man for 1 month. You've been in this man's bed for months.
Lonnie, did you see the Femtaro predictions on this whole situation?
I didn't see it. It is bookmarked though.
Oh,
so, it is because I can watch it on my TV tonight. But
it is so good from beginning to end.
So I'm looking forward to watching that. But I just think that there's so much. I wish this probably would have happened during the season because their season was terrible. I think
Well, they
that
start shooting in June.
Well, I'm sure there's going to be a lot, and I really don't think that a lot of people may be as on Portia's side as far as the cast and crew, except for Shamila, because she's on Portia's payroll. I am pretty sure of that.
Everyone's calling her Shamila. I can't stand
Is it Shamila or Tyla?
It's Shamia.
Shamia. Well, you can see how relevant she is. Many people don't even care to know how to say her name.
Portia. Lonnie, stay on the line. I'm going to get a couple of callers. Florence, what's going on?
Hey, hi everyone.
Okay. Florence, what are your thoughts on, first of all, Portia unfollowing Cynthia, and then of course this Kate Chastain interview?
I saw that yesterday. I'm like, but do you know the reason why she unfollowed? I think it's because of the post Cynthia had posted, because a lot of people was commenting on that post like, yes, that's a grown woman, and they mentioned Portia's name. And I think as soon as she saw that, she went ahead and unfollowed Cynthia. That girl, come on. I mean,
just to clarify, matter of fact, hold on, let me look. Wow. Keep going, Florence. I'm just going to call up Cynthia's Instagram because I want to pick.
Okay. Like, she's just childish, like unfollowing people. She's the only one in that cast that does that. I don't know. Portia is just trifling. Like, if you're not on her side, you become her enemy. She's very calculative, very. And this is why I love Kenya. Kenya see through people. She saw Portia since the day she met Portia, and I saw it too, that Portia was all fake it until you make it, and what Kate said about Portia, that was actually what I thought about of Portia. Like, she said exactly the same. Portia would slaughter somebody and said, oh my goodness, the blood is so, and then everybody was like, oh yeah, Portia, go on. And I hate the way her supporters, like her fans, I don't know, like, these people, who are they? Portia fans.
I don't want to attack the fans, but I want to. Is this the post exterior beauty without?
It's crazy.
Wait,
this is
exterior beauty without the depth of a kind soul is merely decoration. And then people were ripping Portia in the comments. This wasn't necessarily directed at Portia, but people were alluding Portia and ripping Portia a new one in the comments. And I'm guessing because maybe Cynthia didn't turn off the comments or defend her.
Yeah.
That's why she got the feelings.
Yeah. But the other thing is, people were telling Cynthia to say that to Kenya too. It wasn't only a Portia on the comments. Yeah. There was, say that to your best friend Kenya.
Let me cite the source, because you're right. Those were the very first comments. So if you guys look, it's like, send this to Kenya. Tell your best friend Kenya this. So
I mean,
Kenya could get in her feelings about this as well.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Man. I mean, whatever the Kate Chastain had to say about Portia, it's exactly who Portia is. And you cannot shame somebody that is shameless. Portia is just shameless. And I saw her returning on Dish Nation today, and she was bragging about it. Oh, the internet was on fire. I'm like, does Portia even have a sense of comprehension? I don't know.
Like, I don't know. We have a lot of people on the line. I want to get to everyone, but we always appreciate your commentary.
Yeah.
Thank you. Stay on the line. Let me all right, we're going to get people that are on the line. I'm going to bring you up, but let's keep it short just because there are a lot of people that want to talk, and I want to make sure that we get to everyone. Okay. Oh, what did happen? That person hung up. I literally was just about to bring someone and they hung up. Pretty's in the house.
Hi.
How are you, Pretty?
Good evening, Kempire, and in the mob squad. How
yes.
y'all doing?
Yes.
Let me tell you one thing. I am so tired of Portia. I'm tired of you. I'm tired of Cheryl's world. I'm tired of everybody talking about this girl. I'm tired of hearing about it. If she's pregnant, she's pregnant, okay? I don't give a guy group of girl. I ain't got to take care of no baby that 2 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? I promise you, I am so tired. I'm not going to talk about it no more. I'm just tired of this whole conversation. Now, fly to the three. I'm tell you something. Cynthia is a grown-ass woman. She is not worried about Porsha Williams and Simon, all the other men. She that like that homegirl just said. She a man. She's really mad. Okay, her man was not married to another woman. Okay, her man was not married to another woman, and she wasn't. And Cindy wasn't out in another woman's house. Okay, that's why she probably mad. Okay, why she around him? Why she around him being a tramp?
Oh.
And yeah, I said it.
Well, who's the tramp?
I'm tired of defending her.
Hey, who's the tramp, Pretty?
Portia.
Mind you, I just always have to put a disclaimer when Pretty comes up. Pretty was a Portia fan.
Yes, I was a Portia.
Pretty's calling her out her name.
I was a Portia fan. I defended her. I didn't care about she slept with Bodo. I didn't want to know who slept with her. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just fun. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe like every woman in the world can use some Bodo right now. I'm just Now, I don't know if like you probably don't want a Bodo in your life, baby, because you know you swing for the other side. You know you swing for the same sex. But other than that, hey now.
I think some lesbians would want some Bolo too.
Mm-hmm.
You never know.
Everybody use a Bolo name like they.
You know what?
They said something they don't want a Bolo name like. They lying to themselves.
Can we put that on a T-shirt? Everybody needs a little Bolo in their life.
Yeah, we sure do. We need to make say, yeah, everybody needs a Bolo in their life. I'm just sick of it. I'm just sick of talking about it.
Well,
I'm just sick
you're
of
gonna be real mad at us this week because we might got some more Portia news coming.
And y'all making her relevant. Just like that woman from top that Tarot card had said.
Fem Tarot.
She loving it.
She is. Loving
I seen that special. She said she's loving it. And that
it.
means you selling your soul. You selling your soul, and it's not worth it. You selling your soul for this mess right here, where you can look terrible to people. It's not worth it to me. It's not worth it, and I promise you, I don't agree with nothing she did. I don't agree with it, not at all. You know, like I said, Kenya had been vindicated up to the top now. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, Cynthia said herself. Cynthia said, well, go back and look at the episode when they was sitting at the table, and I believe Portia had walked off or something. She said, well, you know, Cynthia said, well, then you need to go ahead and tell the truth, especially the one talking about keeping the wheel. And she was talking about Portia, plus y'all talking about keeping the wheel. So, you know what? Hey, it's what it is, baby. You get yourself caught up in this three-way relationship with a man. He was married. He was messing around with you.
He's still married.
With Jessica Harris. I mean, and whoever else, man, drove up and down the street in these Bentleys and Range Rovers and all this stuff. It doesn't make no sense, man. I don't fuck, and I'm catching herpes and AIDS and all that. They're throwing it everywhere. Cause ain't no telling who Portia may be doing.
You know what, Pretty? Thank you. Stay on the line, okay? Okay, I want to bring up. I think it's IFY. IFY. Hey, I can't hear you. Why can't I hear you? Testing. Can't hear you. Stay on the line. I'll try you back again. Maybe call, drop out, and then come back in. Kaylee.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can, but I also hear a lot of background.
I'm trying to, okay. First of all, I'm just here to talk about the Portia situation.
Okay, but Kaylee, you gotta go to a quieter place. Okay, stay on the line. FYI, y'all, you gotta be in a quiet place because background noise is not going to be pleasant for people that are listening right now or people listening later. I want to be able to hear what you're saying. Okay. Let me St. J. Danielle, Miriam, Lonnie. Wait, hold on. Where's the cigar? Look, where's Cigar Girl go? Wait, did I put you up? Oh, there we go. Okay. Shantae, I'm gonna start with you. Just because we didn't get enough from your opinion in regards to the Kate Chastain situation. What did you think about what Kate Chastain had to say about Portia? Because she worked with Portia. Mind you, they worked via Zoom. So it's not like you're even in an office. Shantae, you're muted.
Oh, my bad. I had to go out and come back in. Did you ask me a question?
Yeah, so I was asking about the whole Kate Chastain interview. What were your thoughts on that situation? I feel like they didn't even work in the same studio. They were separated. So why would you, have an issue? Even though I don't think Kate has an issue.
Yeah, I don't really think Kate has an issue. She's just calling it like she sees it, like a lot of people have with these women, especially Portia. So, because I mean, even some of people who might be Portia fans have said some of the same things that I've been saying about her. I've always said that Portia comes off, when it comes to how she deals with the ladies in an incident, and when they get to the point of an apology, she comes off very smug and entitled. She does not own her shit that she's ever done in a situation.
Yeah.
She'll sit there, arms crossed, jaws tightened up, like, yeah, you better apologize. And then she won't return it, and she won't give the apology in return. So it's like, well, what's the point of the apology if you're not receiving it? And that's not what she did. Portia does not receive an apology the same way she does not receive just constructive criticism about her part in something. Not so much a read or an insult, but actual constructive criticism. I notice she doesn't seem to receive very well unless it's a superficial thing. She receives the superficial. She doesn't receive the beneficial. That's how I've always looked at her. That's how I see it with her.
What do you think of in regards to Kate saying that she's an actress, she's very calculated?
Yes.
That to me
absolutely.
That's damning.
We've seen that straight from season 2 after her divorce, when she quote unquote changed a little bit. She changed more than a little bit. And I just feel like
180.
She just needs to slow all the way down, and just she not to be shady, but she needs to be in therapy. Wow. You got a child to raise now. This isn't a joke anymore.
Danielle, what are your thoughts on what Kate Chastain had to say in regards to Portia being an actress and very calculated? If someone said I was very calculated, I don't know how I would feel about that.
So I have to agree with the calculated part. I think that Portia sits back and thinks about, if I say this, then this will happen. If I do this, she plans it out. Now, it might not always work in her favor, but I think she is very calculated. Now, based on what we've seen of Portia when she did Candy's play,
yes,
she's not the best actress, so I can't give her actress. Maybe an unscripted actress, maybe she's good at that. But when it comes to traditional acting of what we know, I can't give her that. And I like Portia. I think she's adorable. And I try to give her the benefit of the doubt. And with that said, in my head, I think her deleting people or unfollowing people is like her way of trying to keep her sanity. It's that old saying of pick and choose your battles and watch your space and your energy. Sometimes you just don't, and I don't know in this case what Cynthia could have done to her that she doesn't want to follow Cynthia or see that in her timeline. And overall, I can understand someone unfollowing someone because they just don't need that energy anymore. They don't like the post. Their post isn't serving them anything. But we know that's not the case here. I'm just saying in general. Yeah, but for Portia, I want to see how the rest of this is going to play out. I saw your post, your YouTube post of her Dish Nation conversation about the whole pregnancy.
Yeah.
And here's my thought on that real quick. If this wasn't planned out, I feel like her other castmates on the Dish Nation would feel some type of way. And they were praising her. So I feel like behind the scenes, she's like, y'all know I'm just doing this for a storyline, or I'm just doing this for this.
Because you think she would tell them?
I mean, they're being too nice to her. Like, we know, what's the old girl from The View that's on there with her?
Sherry
Shepherd. She's guns blazing when it comes to her mouth. She's going to tell you how, and if she doesn't, you can see it in her facial expressions. You can tell when she's biting her tongue. And the clip that you have on your YouTube page, I don't see them being upset any type of way. So I feel like a conversation happened before they got on camera. So, even Gary with the T, he will shade you too. He was being too nice. Something went down for them to be so nice and not be genuine about what's really going on.
Miriam, what are your thoughts on that? Did you see that that conversation that she had with the Dish Nation crew?
Of course I did. Of course I did, because like you posted it, Listen, I'm 100% sure that Ricky Smiley is always is also monetizing on Portia, and
Mm,
that was the call. We're not shading her. She was extremely unapologetic, shameless. She's a gaslighter. She's the if gaslighter was a person, it would be either her or Donald Trump. She everything she used to call people on is exactly what she did. So I totally get her fans, just like Pretty. They feel betrayed because they used to defend her and attack Kenya because they share those values, and they couldn't see that Portia is who she is, and now
mm.
they see it. They feel like, damn, like we used to attack Kenya for things you're doing now. And even like now they try to bring up like pictures of Kenya with some infamous bachelors in New York, and I said, wait a second. Ever since we met this guy on New Housewives of New York, he was Harry Dubin. He was single. Like they're pretending that Kenya took a picture with a married guy. Oh, look, she had here is her married man. Like, come on, Portia. She's
This is the perfect situation where tell me your team tour without telling me your team tour.
no. Listen,
Wait, hold your
I
wait,
am
hold your
not Team
thought, Miriam.
Portia.
Hold your thought. Hold your thought, Miriam. What about the speculation that I made in regards to is this just Cynthia and Portia coming together for a storyline? They're about to start filming in June.
I don't think so. You know why?
I'm going to ask Lonnie. Lonnie, what do you think about my speculation?
Honestly, if Portia is doing this for a storyline and all of this, she's like dirtier than the devil himself. So I'm like,
wait, no. When I say for a storyline, I'm saying in reference to unfollowing Cynthia, helping Cynthia get a storyline for next season.
No, I just think Portia is just a child as always. I don't think it was like for Cynthia to have like a storyline because that's really not even gonna hold up. Okay, you unfollowed each other. You're like, how many times, honestly, since she's known Cynthia, has she unfollowed at least 2 or 3 times someone in the cast though? So I don't think that is for a storyline. I think that's her just being a child. But I have to agree with what Kate said. And I don't think that it was anything wrong that she said. I think she was just kind of telling it out how it is and having like conversation and what everybody else was like, you know, saying and thinking and things like that. So I don't think anything was like wrong with that. Although like if someone said that I was calculated, well, I mean, I would have some type of way about that. But in a way, like Portia, you actually are. And you come across as playing like the season 1 nitwit that you were in season or whenever she started her first season.
Not nitwit.
And she plays it that way. But it's true. Like, I mean, she almost acts as if she was an entitled only child. That, you know, you have to apologize for her. And I honestly think, well, it's not even I know, like, obviously, and, you know, with Nene gone and everything, she feels like she is the queen bee of the show. And this ego she has to match. I really think that she feels she is the queen bee of the show. She, you know, in her mind makes the show relevant and her ego shows it.
Wow. St. J, what do you think about my speculation that this is just Cynthia and Portia coming up a storyline for for Cynthia for next season?
I don't think that needs to be the route of storyline Cynthia needs to go with. And here's the thing. If Cynthia really needed a storyline and she was really just like desperate to be in the mix, she could just completely be Team Portia. She's going to need an ally. Cynthia is going to need to do something all season. That would be better than that because the unfollowing thing, I would be confused watching a woman of Cynthia's age be upset about that.
I wish it was Cynthia who unfollowed Portia.
Yeah, like that to me is something different. Like, but I'm like, if Cynthia goes and confronts Portia about it, I would be like, girl, Cynthia, ew.
That's grown people stuff right there. Yeah. Mind you, Portia and I are the same age. I'm like, but you know, maturity comes at different levels. What are your thoughts on what Kate Chastain had to say about Portia being an actress and very calculated?
I think Portia is really good at playing on people's feelings. I think that's her specialty, and I think that she's really good at trying to resonate with people's emotions. And we've been seeing that from Portia since season 5 when she was at the reunion. And even Andy said that was what kept her on when she gave that dramatic speech about how her life is going to be so different now that she's getting divorced from her husband. Like, she's been tugging at people's heartstrings since we met her. And I think that she's like, okay, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like, because I think it has to have been a point where Portia realized, dang, I've done some wild stuff on this show. The audience loves me though, and they don't see anything wrong with it. Like,
and then that's going to lead to my next question. Do you think that Portia is a fan favorite? Do you think she is on the level of let's say Nene, because Nene's not there? Maybe not the same level of Nene, but she is the most popular?
I think Portia is seriously a fan favorite. I do. I really do think that she has built up such an amazing following on the show. Like, they do, and her fans do just support her regardless of what she has going on. Like, even if she's wrong, Portia already told us about the conviction of a wife and how that you should never flirt with someone else's man, and then she went and did what she did, and she still defended for it. So I think Portia's just like, my fans ride regardless.
Do you think our fans will ride with her this season, Miriam?
I think the cracks are there. The crack started, and I don't call her, whoever is still riding for her and defending her for the same things they use to attack others, not fans. They're a cult. It's a cult. It's a cult of, and there's a lot of cult and celebrity following. There is. No, seriously. But this is the thing. Portia, doesn't she know that you can mute notifications from certain people? You don't need to unfollow them. And if Portia, if you're, you know why your theory is not correct? Because Portia doesn't support other women. Portia doesn't. Her playing part in creating the storyline for Cynthia would mean that she wants to help Cynthia to stay here in the show. And from what I've known from Portia, when she does that, it means she's icing you out. You're irrelevant, because they made her believe that, yes, she's the queen bee. But again, everything they did to Nene, it's happening to her right now. Nobody ever saw Nene having a rift with Bravo. We all conflated housewives. The first name that comes to your mind is Nene, not even Vicky that was there before her. So she just needs to watch out. And I don't think like whoever is defending her is a fan. I think it's like a cult of celebrity. It's crazy. She was gaslighting in that snippet that you posted in Dish Nation. She completely overlooked morals that she always deemed to be so sacred to her, like marriage, pretending not knowing why she was trending, and she was trending for reasons I don't think anyone would want. But since her priority is making money, then to each their own price, and she put the price tag on hers.
So as I said before, the new season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta supposedly is going to start filming next month. There are rumors on the street that Cynthia is going to be a friend of, but like I said, I want to debunk that rumor, because they're all going to get a contract. The amount they're getting for the contracts this year, allegedly, we're hearing Bravo's putting in more restrictive things within those contracts. And you remember when we did the reading with the group reading for The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Cynthia was sort of on the fence about coming back. But this whole rumor about her coming back as a friend of, I don't believe it, because they haven't even started filming yet. Maybe she's not getting the money that she normally would get as a housewife. But there's no way that we even know if she's going to be a friend of, unless they already know, no, this is not going to happen. Lonnie, what do you think of Cynthia coming back as a friend of next season for The Real Housewives of Atlanta?
Honestly, I wouldn't be mad of her just being a friend of. I mean, I kind of think that we are at.
No, I can hear Lonnie.
Oh. I think we're kind of like at that part of the road where Cynthia, I think you've kind of just it's time to kind of leave on top versus just being dragged. And I think like your storyline is kind of at its point where it has reached the end of the road. And I think this would be like, you've gotten married. We've seen you go through so many things in your relationships with Peter, and, you know, seeing your daughter grow up on TV, and, you know, and seeing that family dynamic and everything. So I think it's time for her just to be a friend of, or just leave the show and just kind of like wipe her hands with it. Cause I think it is at that time that it's kind of run its course.
And because I want to wrap this up, Lonnie, what are your last minute thoughts on all the stories that we talked about in regards to Portia?
Lord, Portia. You know, she may be a fan favorite for some. You know, I'm not one way or another. You know, I don't hate Portia. I don't love Portia. I'm kind of just like neutral. But I mean, she's a grown woman. She's going to do what she wants to do. At the end of the day, I know she's gotten dragged through the mud with this, and I'm pretty sure that the backlash was not what she thought it was going to be. I'm pretty sure she knew she was going to get some, but not the way that it has accumulated. But I mean, if that's who she is, she's showing you like who she is. Maybe Cordell knew who she was. Maybe that's why he like wanted out, or I don't know. But you kind of really just watching her from when she first came on the show to who she is now. It is like a Jekyll and Hyde type of situation. It is a completely different person. Yeah. You know, I kind of miss the old Portia. I don't like how she's become so manipulative, and how she kind of, I don't even want to call her a flunky, but Shamia and Drew are kind of like her flunkies. And it's just kind of like,
I mean, I get it why Shamila would be a quote unquote flunky, because she's known her a long time. But Drew's Johnny come lately.
I know, but Drew needs something to kind of hold on to get TV time for next season, since they already have a contract for her. Mm-hmm. So she needs somebody who's going to be on TV just as much. So to hang on Portia's coattails means that she has an opportunity to have more camera time too.
Lord. Lonnie, thank you so much for calling in and sharing your thoughts.
Thanks. Have a good one.
You too. Shantae, last minute thoughts on this particular situation. And do you want to see Cynthia come back as a friend of, or a full-time housewife?
I wouldn't mind if she came back as a friend of, because like I said, right now, if she, doesn't have anything going on with the Bailey agency, her beauty pageant, all that other stuff, it just doesn't seem like there's really much of a room for storyline for her. But she's good as a friend of, and then that leaves room for Sheree to come back, because we want Sheree.
Oh, I would like Sheree to come back.
Yes, me too. As far as this whole situation,
would you be open to Sheree coming back just as a friend of?
Yeah, I think even that. Sheree should be back on the show. Now, if Sheree had not been so lazy and she had capitalized on some other opportunities that she should have, instead of waiting for She by Sheree to kick off, instead of waiting for that 7-figure thing she never got, Sheree had a lot of things she could have been doing. She would have been way more interesting, and she probably never would have gotten off of the show in the first place.
What opportunities do you think that she should have capitalized on?
Because she's a certified personal trainer. So, Atlanta, that's like home of all the booty strip clubs. She could have been getting all the strippers and their booties right. She could have been, because Sheree's got body, so she could have been doing her own little boot camps. She could have had a little mini spinoff at one point, because then the Who Gonna Check Me Boo, the song came way too late. It came like 3 seasons after Who Gonna Check Me Boo came up.
Oh, Lord.
Sheree just doesn't position herself properly.
Bad business. Exactly.
But as far as the situation with Portia and Cynthia and who unfollowed who, it's childish, it's juvenile. And like I said, Cynthia's that's not Cynthia. That's Portia's MO. And as long as Portia's on that show, she's not going to be accountable to who she really is. So her being off that show is going to be a huge mirror in her face. And I don't think she wants to face it.
Wow. As always, Shantae, thank you for calling in and sharing your thoughts.
Bye.
Before we move on, I just want to recognize the super chat. Thank you so much, the Renegade. I was literally using that correctly here. Just thinking that Cynthia will likely be coming back as a major friend a la Charisse on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I wouldn't be surprised that all of you guys are calling for it, but I don't think that's been determined yet. Last minute thoughts, Miriam.
I feel like Cynthia, she needs to come back. She always reinvents herself. And there's something to be said about that, about inspiring Black women. I think she's pivotal to the show. She throws that low shade with class. Yeah, listen, she doesn't bring the violence, yeah, but like she plays sometimes dumb, and she is self-deprecating, and I love that in a housewife. I love that
I
she
do like
makes
that.
fun of her own self. So even when she was like dancing for Mark and Mark was dancing to her, it was like her confessional was hilarious. I really hope she comes back. uh who are we kidding? What's her name? She's coming back. Who's gonna check me, boo? She's coming back because she
Right.
was with Salmon in Africa. That's the preface, like, and knowing Portia, how
Oh,
calculated she is, yeah, she's already has her leg either on the special or in Atlanta.
that would be
As far
amazing.
as the unfollowing thing, I feel like Cynthia had a million reasons to unfollow Portia, a million. And the latest was her shade about her Tiffany gift, or
Hmm.
but she chose not to do. She took the high road, but
She did.
it's the wrong road. It's the wrong road. Wrong road, Portia. Wrong road. Drew, obviously, she's on the coattails of Portia. I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of next season, to secure a third contract, she would flip on Portia.
Oh,
Drew, yeah,
wow. Wow.
because
I didn't
she's very
expect that.
calculated too. I don't think she is a true friend to anybody. And she's with Portia just because she feels like, okay, now I can ride this wave. And when she feels like she's in jeopardy, she's totally going to. And when she sees that the wave is turning on Portia, she will turn on her too.
Quick question, Miriam. I see this comment a lot. People want Quad to come from Married to Medicine and become a Real Housewives of Atlanta. I mean, she's not a housewife and she's not married to medicine. What do you think of that?
I think if Quad toned it down and went back to what she was, like I said
Mm.
yesterday, she was like her ego inflated instantly, like way faster than other housewives. She right off the first season, she thought she was she was the queen bee, and it wouldn't matter that she is divorcing the doctor. She thought that she would still be on the show. This is another Portia 101. Like she didn't, she is blindsided by the backlash. Quad never thought that she would be in this predicament, and she's trying to come back, and she blew her chance. If she didn't do what she did with Toya, I think she had a great chance to be a constant friend of. At this point, what Quad can be is a friend of. Period. She's not
Okay.
a housewife like you said, and she's not married to medicine. Until she finds a doctor, she can come back there. And I would rather
Do
have
that every
her. I would
Mm-mm.
rather have her than Jackie. And I don't like them both.
Mm-mm.
I dislike them.
Miriam, thank you so much for always making time and calling in and sharing your unedited thoughts.
Yeah, now I'm gonna walk. Bye.
Enjoy. It's beautiful here in the tri-state area. Florence,
Hey.
last minute thoughts on this hot topic before we go, because I'm starting to feel the soreness in my arm from this shot.
Oh, so I want Cynthia to come back.
Okay.
You know,
Friend
as
of
a
or housewife?
what?
Friend of or housewife?
Housewife.
Oh,
Cynthia gives the franchise that balance. We don't want too many crazies, after certain, yeah. Cynthia brings class, beauty. I like that. She simmer down, the drama. I would like Candy to come back. And the other person I would like for Bravo to bring back. Do you remember Cordell's baby mama on season 2?
oh my gosh. No, wait, who was that?
That's Cordell's baby mama,
Yes.
Cordell's son's mother. She was on The
The
Real
one
Housewife of Atlanta.
who told,
She and Nene got into it
yeah,
at some, yeah, they were at
the little
Sharif
Nene,
party.
she had room to grow.
Yeah, she needs to come back. I don't know. I think Bravo let her go because of Portia. And do y'all remember Jamie, the lady that Portia roped down the aisle?
Yes.
Ali,
Yes.
during, yes. She was the
Candy's
one that
editor.
Yeah, she was the one that brought Portia to the show. Do you guys know that?
No, Florence, you be coming through with the tea.
Oh yes, that's a fact too. You go to the Jasmine brand.
Florence. So
Yes.
for those that are missing what you just said, Jamie, also the one that we didn't get to see, but we heard the fight down the alleyway
Yes,
back several seasons ago. But then also Candy's editor.
Yes,
On it.
yes. She's the one that brought Portia. She used to work for Bravo. She used to be one of the crew member at Bravo, and Portia was her friend. Actually, Cordell was her friend. When Cordell and Portia got married, she became Portia's assistant. She was petitioning for Portia to come to the show over 3 years before they could accept Portia. But before Portia, it was Cordell's baby mama. They tried her she was on few scene on season 2, and they let her go. And on season 5, they brought Portia in because, Jamie was like, oh, you guys should bring my friend Portia. That's how Portia got into the show. And she beat up the lady that brought her into the show. Yeah. So I would like to see her. She is fiercey. Like, she is quick, shady. I like her.
I think you just made a really good suggestion. I like that. And last minute thoughts on the whole Kate Chastain interview that she did.
I just feel, I don't have nothing much to say about her. I just feel like everything she said is exactly what most people would thought of Portia. That's who she is. Portia deflect. And do you remember season 8 when they were on the bus? No, this was the season 10, when Candy was asking Portia regarding her relationship with Dennis. Do you know Portia was dated a guy on Love Connection? Do you remember the guy on Love Connection?
Vaguely.
Portia went on Love Connection. They connect her with a guy who was at that time a medical student.
Yes.
They had a party at Shamia's house. It was the Cinco de Mayo party.
Mm-hmm.
Portia was dating him, and that's how she met Dennis when they went to a club. So when Candy was asking her in the bus, she was giving excuses, and it wasn't adding up. And a few minutes later, she lied. So that's who Portia is. Like, Portia is a liar. Then people don't pay attention when they watch the show. They just like to see, the shade, the outfit, blah, blah, blah. But you need to really pay attention to what's going on. And that's what I do when I watch that show. Portia is just manipulative, as Chase says. She doesn't hold accountable, for anything she does. She thinks she's a baby, a 40-year-old baby. I don't know. I'm getting tired of Portia, but hey.
Portia. Florence,
Andy wants her. Andy wants this story, this hot story with Simon. He wants it. So I
think we're going to see this play out on the next season. As I said before, the Real Housewives of Atlanta is going to be starting to film next month. And
yes.
I do see Portia coming back, and I think we're going to see this play out.
Yeah, she's going to come back. Yeah, she's going to come back. Definitely, she'll be back. Yeah.
And you don't want to see her come back?
I don't. I just feel like she's just declassing the show, to be honest, I don't know, but who else? I don't know, but hey, it is what it is. I would like to see the wedding though. I would like to see the wedding because Nigerians know how to throw a wedding, a lot of money. Yeah, I would like to see that. It's going to be entertaining. Other than that, hey.
Florence, thank you so much for calling in.
You're welcome, Kempire.
First of all, I love you guys. We have over 600 people in the room. First of all, thank you guys for being here. If you're a new subscriber, or if it's your first time watching, you haven't subscribed, be sure to subscribe. You're getting daily, consistent, hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV. I know it's been a lot about Portia, but we cover a lot of hot topics from everything that you probably wouldn't even expect in regards to pop culture. Be sure to check out some of the videos that I just posted this week alone. St. J, last minute thoughts on this hot topic and the idea of Cynthia coming back as a friend of.
Atlanta needs 6 to 7 peaches. So, for lack of a better idea of who they would be casting immediately in the mix, I would say go ahead and keep Cynthia with the peach, bring Sheree in full time, and see what you can shake out with that. I don't think Cynthia, as a friend of with Marlo and Shamia, I don't think that Cynthia's done anything bad enough for us to make her thug it like that.
Yeah.
I do think that Cynthia needs to wrap her story up, though. Like, Cynthia needs to completely wrap her time up on the show. And I will say that I wanted this past season to be that, with her getting married again. She came on the show getting married. Leaving the show getting married made sense to me. But I feel like, and not to compare Cynthia to Vicky, but I feel like Cynthia has to have an understanding of, at some point, like, you've ran your course in the show, it's better for you to tie it up with the bow and leave than for you to be pushed out.
Oh my goodness. I see a comment there where they're reporting that Portia is not coming back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta and Candy. What do you think about that? You think that's real?
Oh, no, I think Simon wants to be on TV. I think that Simon wants to be on TV. I think that Portia isn't leaving that show. Like, Portia would be a fool to leave that show now. Like, she goes on the show, she can figure out how to control the narrative, what's left of the narrative to be controlled, and then she can go. Because I feel like last season she was trying to rehab her image.
Okay.
Then it tanked with the Bolo thing. Then she completely blew it up with the Simon thing. So I'm interested actually in seeing how Portia can stitch it back together and hopefully leave. Because to me, I just don't know what PR agent from God is going to be able to stitch Portia's image back together and make her seem like a wholesome woman next door activist, whatever she's going for. But
what about Candy possibly not coming back? Because that's been on and off. People have said, "Oh, Candy might not come back." She alluded to it in an interview a few weeks ago. What about Candy not coming back? I mean, you already said that we need more Peaches. We don't need less.
Yes. So here's the thing with Candy. I think that she is friendly with the girls on the show, but they're not her real friends, given that Candy just had a birthday party. It was all the girls that you regularly see her hang out with, none of the girls that she films with. So that's that. But I also feel like in Candy's case, Candy understands and she's watched the landscape. Like, she's seen Tamara go, she's seen Vicky go, she's seen Nene go. Like, so I think that Candy has that business sense where she understands, okay, at some point they're chopping up big checks. My check is big. I'm either going to have to bust my butt and act like Teresa, or I'm going to have to just bow out gracefully. But I do want to see Candy come back. I think that people ask for a cash shakeup for Atlanta, but I really don't know how that would pan out as far as viewers watching.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't think there will be a major cash shakeup. I know a lot of people are speculating right now. I'm not going to report on any speculation unless I've done my research, y'all. I appreciate the comments and I appreciate everyone slipping in my DMs, but y'all don't even realize when y'all slip in my DMs, I'm going, okay, wait, let me go look. Let me go check. Let me double check. So, I mean, there's been speculation about Portia not coming back for a while now. The minute that she removed RHOA from her IG, people were like, oh, Portia's not coming back. The minute that she signed off with that new talent agency, people were like, oh, Portia's not coming back. We really won't know until they start filming in June.
Here's the thing with Portia. If Portia was going to quit,
I love how you
think a sensible person would have quit peak Bolo situation. They would have got back from South Carolina and she would have been figuring out how she could follow suit with Tanya and get up out there.
No, not with Tanya.
So the fact that she stayed meant that she wants to stay. So, and then my further last thought on Candy is Candy's doing a spinoff. Yeah. I don't see why she would leave Atlanta prior to, like, I'd at least let this season go out so you can introduce the cast of the spinoff. Kind of like how Lisa Vanderpump did, where there was a crossover episode.
Exactly.
Like, you don't just, okay, we're doing a spinoff, but I'm not on the show that we're spinning off anymore. Like, you at least...
Same network.
Yeah. like, you don't want to just leave them high and dry like that. You want to give something. So I think Candy will be back.
And look, I appreciate everyone. Like I said, I appreciate everyone slipping in the DMs and in the comments, and everyone saying, "Oh, this is happening." But look, I got to do my due diligence. For those that are just tuning in, we've been talking about Porsha unfollowing Cynthia, and also the new Kate Chastain interview, where she calls Porsha an actress and very calculated. First of all, Cynthia, thank you so much.
Oh, no. Kempire, one last thing.
Yeah.
You're not going to listen to the Giselle and Robin podcast?
I might. Look, I don't have the time to listen to Robin go an entire podcast, but I will listen for my research purposes.
Okay, that's all I wanted to hear.
Enough time in the day, but I'm sure people will be slipping my DM. Oh, this is what they said on the podcast. Look, thank you, CJ, for calling.
Thank you.
I'm gonna take one last caller. KTV, what's going on?
Hey,
How are you?
I'm fine, Kempire.
What were your thoughts on the hot topics that we were talking about?
Well, Portia's a mess. Anybody who's still backing Portia right now, I feel that they're a mess too. Because whether I believe that Portia, that wasn't her friend, but being that, she came on with her, and if Dennis and her husband were friends, they had to know each other at some point. But that's dead wrong what Portia did. I can't believe she's a Cancer. I'm a Cancer. And Cancers don't normally do things like that. Yeah. But you have some deep sea crabs out there. So maybe Portia one of those Cancers. And Portia's dead wrong. I don't think Portia's the fan favorite, because when I basically come in to look at Real Housewives of Atlanta to see, Kenya, Candy. I like Portia too. But what Portia did, you could tell from the start, Portia wanted what that girl had. Because every time you heard Portia talk about Fallon, she's rich. She has a jet. Let's call Fallon. She's rich, this and this and that. So, that's not right.
No.
But, if she's pregnant, Bolo better get a DNA.
Oh, damn. Well, she posted a picture today. Well, yesterday. Sometime, I don't know. I'm mixed up with my days. But she posted a picture denying any pregnancy rumors. So she's not pregnant.
Yeah, because Bola better get a DNA if she was. But yeah, Portia just looking for the bag, of course.
KTV, thank you for calling in.
All right, thank you.
First of all, this is why I love you guys. You guys are so hilarious. I just love the commentary. Even if you don't agree with each other, you all are amazing. We have over 600 people in the chat. If you haven't liked this video, be sure to like the video. And look, it's an easy way to support the channel by liking the video. Thank you to everyone for the super chats. But here are my last minute thoughts. I'm not letting y'all go just yet. Y'all know I got my COVID shot. Look, the second one. News might be slow tomorrow. KMZ might be down and out, but I might not be. I'm going to manifest. I'm going to feel great tomorrow. You're going to get a lot of content tomorrow. We're going to go live tomorrow. St. J also asked if we were going to be covering The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills premieres tomorrow. We will be covering it. Let me know in the chat if you would like us to do a live recap. And if we do a live recap, I'm going to see if I could do it after the show or maybe Thursday. I got to see how this all plays out tomorrow. But I am going to be covering The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Look, I've been watching the show since the beginning, so I'm going to cover it, even though I've been through with them a couple of seasons. But I'm going to watch and recap it. And, of course, get the tea. Erica Girardi's been in the news. I haven't really reported on it, but as soon as the season starts, we will be reporting on how I feel about the Ice Queen, who doesn't want to give up millions of dollars of gifts that Tom Girardi bought for her. That probably was bought with blood money, allegedly. But anyways, I digress. Here are my last minute thoughts on the Porsha and Cynthia situation. Look, you guys convinced me. I don't think it's necessarily a storyline. I do think Porsha got in her feelings, maybe because Cynthia didn't support her the way that she wanted. Maybe it was because of what Mike Hill posted on social media that was alluding to the drama that was going on with a fellow housewife. Who knows? I'm glad that Cynthia is still following her. She didn't respond to it. Maybe they will handle this with the new season, season 14. That is supposed to be starting to film next month. And look, I'm going to look into the information about Portia possibly not coming back for a new season. We've been talking about this for weeks. I don't like to speculate unless it sounds fun. Look, we can speculate together. But with that being said, I think Portia is going to come back. She's loving this. You remember what Femtaro said? Portia is loving all of the attention. She loves the fact that I'm live right now talking about her. And I hate that. But you know, I know you guys love me talking about her. You love the commentary. You love when our callers call in and share their thoughts. And that's what this is. As I always said, we're trying to get a daytime talk show. And I say we because you are the Kempire. That just might be my name, but you are a part of the Kempire. If you would like to be a part of our mod squad, let me know in the chat. And don't forget Kempire Radio, our podcast where you get unfiltered Kempire. So I'll say some things. I'll even drop a curse word every once in a while if I'm inspired to. I don't really curse though. So you know I'm angry if I'm cursing. Subscribe to the podcast. The links are available in the description of this video. And as you know, here on the channel, we cite our sources. And that has been cited for this video in regards to the Cynthia situation, in regards to the Kate Chastain interview. Shout out to those websites and blogs and podcasters. Be sure to support them by listening, reading, and all that good stuff. And sharing, of course. And be sure to share our podcast. We are on the road to 10,000 subscribers. If you are not subscribed, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss out when there's breaking news, when we go live, or when we upload. That was a mouthful. I'm going to go rest up, though. I'm going to go lay down. Because, like I said, I can barely lift my arm. It's all right. It's all right. Hopefully, that's the only thing. Shout out to everyone that supported the channel with a super chat. Shout out to you guys that like this video because that is a free way to support the channel. And shout out for everyone that was watching tonight, this evening. I am going to try and do a little bit more early lives like this just because I know we have a lot of growing international fans and I want you guys to be a part of the conversation. We will maybe on the weekends do a little bit more afternoon tea with me. So be sure to check out for that. Thank you to everyone in the chat. I appreciate you guys being here. Shout out to my moderators. If you'd like to be a moderator, let me know in the chat and I will discern if I've seen you multiple times here because look, if you're going to be a moderator, we need you here to moderate. And I appreciate the moderators because, look, I'm trying to moderate, produce, and be a part of the show and research for the show. So I appreciate the moderators. Thank you guys so much for being here. Have a wonderful night. And I got to get an outro music, something. I got to work on that.